Hey gang, it's 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. Wait for a few people to get in here. Sitting here enjoying evening on the deck. Getting ready for the county fair that Tyler will be showing here pretty soon. So anyway, he'll be joining me in a few minutes here. So figured I'd kick off tonight. Kind of encourage everybody to get involved here with the speed limiter situation that's been proposed to the Senate. Some of the mega carriers, I believe they got to a couple of elected officials in Washington. Senate Bill 2033 is the one that's going to be dealing with the speed limiter situation that they're trying to impose upon us out here on the big roads. So, not sure who just joined. I just saw thumbs up there. So, but anyway, Senate Bill 2033. We need to make sure that you voice your opinions with your elected officials, especially the your senator from your state, which everybody knows you got 2 senators. Make sure you give them a call and voice your displeasure if that's what you feel about a government-imposed 65-mile-an-hour speed limiter set up on your trucks. Me, for one, I'll just flat say it. That impedes our ability to make a living and make a fair living and everything else. That's lost productivity. So, you know, if we want to really show America what 65-mile-an-hour speed limits will do on trucks, all trucks are limited to 65 miles an hour. Let's all start driving 60 miles an hour. Everybody out here in the country, we'll start showing them what imposed speed limits will do. Let me come back here in a minute. I think we got a problem here with Tyler. Okay, sorry about that. Tyler was yelling at me. Let me know his displeasure. He's down there trying to prep some steers for the fair, so I apologize for cutting that short there. Anyway, I was talking about Senate Bill 2033. Make sure you get with your senators, not your congressmen, not your representatives, but your senators, and voice your opinion on government-imposed speed limiters. We worked hard, all of us did collectively, to get rid of split speed limits and reduce speed limits for big trucks. So it's time we get together here. The big trucking companies and the big trucking companies and the ATA and all these these people that are of self-importance that don't know anything about trucking, they're counting on us not to be active as far as voicing our opinion with our elected officials. So make sure you call your senator, tell them to vote no if that's how you feel about speed limiters on big trucks. It's Senate Bill 2033. That's kind of up before the Senate. It's 1 Republican and 1 Democrat. I believe the Republican, some yahoo from Georgia, and we all know how great it is running in Georgia, where they have left lane restrictions on big trucks as well. So hope everybody's doing fine out there. You guys that are already tuned in here, shoot me a quick post here. Blake Anspaugh and Brett Williams, let me know where you guys are at. I'm actually sitting in my backyard. I just got back from a run up north, as well as I had to make a quick run over into the Hoosier here this afternoon once I got back. Bringing cows in that we got to get on trucks tomorrow to fill some orders. So kind of out doing the cow hauling, bull hauling, steer hauling thing. So I'm sure Blake has probably got some gravy load out in, I think I saw him with one of them red rubber tractors out there. There's my buddy Hero, Eric Burton. Thanks for tuning in as well. So, and I'm guessing Brett is probably doing the day shift thing, probably sitting at home over, I'm going to guess, probably in Covington or wherever you're at. Brookings, South Dakota at John Deere. You took that red tractor to John Deere in Brookings. Actually, Blake, you're out of my old stomping grounds. I'm originally from northeast Nebraska. Probably 200 miles south of there. You're just south of where my grandparents live up in Watertown. Eric Burton, I know I've got a pretty good idea where you're at down in Texas. You're probably waiting to rock some stock, or you done got it on and you're hammered down, headed to the northern destination that you make a regular trip to. So, you know, you guys be safe out there on the road tonight. Have fun out in Brookings, and for those of you that you're in Mississippi, are you lost, Brett? Anyway, those of you out here in the heartland, I guess, some thunderstorms rolled through this afternoon, this evening, kind of headed up to the northeast part of Ohio, it looks like. I think there's more thunder boomers on the horizon, the good old aftermath of the hurricane down there. Any y'all, I got you. There you go, lucky you. Minnesota, took the quad track to Minnesota, now you're moving 2 green machines to central South Dakota. Nice gravy load right there. Have fun out in that heat. I was sitting here thinking today, Justin Rush, hey brother, where you at tonight? Give me a quick text there. Glad to see you're tuned in as well. You're probably rolling some stock somewhere as well. So anyway, today I was kind of thinking about what the topic of discussion would be tonight, and it dawned on me this morning when I was attempting to load. Somebody left me a mess up against a gate. It was up to me to get it out of the way so I could get the gate open to do what I needed to do. So kind of got to thinking about it. It might be a good topic of discussion. Everybody's always talking about the brotherhood out here in trucking, how it's disappearing, and you know what? They're exactly right. Everybody's so self-serving and everything else. So what we really, you know, if I could impress upon those of you that are tuned in and listening, if we could start banding together and holding ourselves accountable, not just our fellow drivers, but ourselves, you know. Nothing worse than going into a truck stop and you're in a rush to take care of business, for lack of better words, and the last guy or 2 guys ago or whatever left a big old mess. You know, and I know the guys that are tuned in here right now, they don't, they're not that way, not self-serving, probably some of the most giving people I know, or people that I consider my friends and good acquaintances and everything like that. I'd cross the road to do whatever I had to do to help y'all out. But, you know, start calling people out. They leave a mess, you know, throwing their trash out or whatever. There's nothing that bothers me more than seeing somebody else leaving a mess and I've got to clean up after it. I know y'all feel the same way. You know, everybody's so worried about their image, about the image. They want to gripe. They want to complain about the image of truck drivers. Well, it's up to us to make a difference, I feel. You know, it's one thing to smile and hold a door and give somebody a, you know, pat on the back or, you know, whatever, but start holding people accountable for throwing their trash out, leaving a mess. It's the only way we're going to change the image of the industry, is if we start making a difference, you know. I know all of you that, everybody that's watching right now outside of Justin, I've actually met face to face. I know how y'all are, been around y'all and everything else, and you know, we care about this industry. It's our livelihood. what we care about the most is, you know, providing for our families, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what I was talking about with speed limiters as well. Anything we can do to make the industry a little bit better, you know, it'll shed a positive light, maybe more so on the industry as a whole. You know, this country's already in bad enough shape, in my opinion, the way people infighting and everything else. We'll leave politics aside, but still all the infighting and everything else like that, you know. Let's us be the ones to make a difference in day-to-day life, not just in, you know, the people that we provide our services for, but also people that we come in contact with. You know, don't be afraid to say you're a truck driver, you know. Those of us that were before us, they left their legacy, and it's up to us to continue that in America today, I think. So while we're on that note of positive things and what have you, I want to give a shout out to the Davy Crockett TA down in Tennessee, down at exit 36 on 81. I don't know if any of y'all follow them on Facebook or whatever, but they've they're some pretty good people. I've met a few of them from down there, but their Facebook posts are just second to none. Very humorous. It'll definitely put a bright spot in your day. Kind of some of the goofy stuff they do. They're not afraid to say it the way it is, and you know, they're proud flag-waving Americans just like all of us are. So, you know, shout out to them and thank them for sponsoring us here. But, ooh, excuse me, but that wasn't good. A little salami. Anyway, you know, ever get down in that area, stop in and say hello to them, tell them thank you for everything that they do for the industry. I know they've got some ongoing projects down there. I think they added another 75 parking spots down there. And I had heard through the grapevine from Tony Justice that they're actually putting a permanent stage in down there to kind of make it a venue so they can start doing some events down there. So we need to throw our support behind them. They're not a corporately owned truck stop. That's still a family-owned truck stop down there. Jason does the best he can, you know, trying to provide us a little comfort out here on the road. So I think we need to support more mom and pops in the franchises, even if they are a Petro or a TA. But if they're franchisee and we know it, we need to support them because those are family-owned businesses, just like everybody out here that's an owner-operator. They're providing the services that we need for a little bit of comfort. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about with trying to create a better brotherhood out here. I'd like to see who's ever tuned in here. Throw me your ideas out here on what we could do to kind of bring back the old school values and morals and everything else. It'll kind of help me keep this thing on track a little bit tonight, since my right-hand man, I can see him from where I'm sitting. I'll spin the old camera around. He's down here rinsing steers that he'll be taking out to the Clark County Fair in Springfield, Ohio. We're getting ready for that. That kicks off on Friday. He'll be moving in middle of the night, Thursday night, I think. But here, let me turn this around. You'll see him down here doing his gig. Probably can't see him, but he's down there in front of the barn with a garden hose. Hey, Tyler, wave. Just wave. Just wave. He'll be joining me here in a minute. I couldn't resist it. It was there. He's a screwball. Hey, Joey Gates, thanks for tuning in. Just kind of going over a few things here. You know, Senate Bill 2033, we need to throw our lack of support, tell our elected officials to vote no on that deal. That's a 65 mile per hour speed limiter. Not mandate, but they're trying to mandate it. So we need to make sure that they see our distaste for that, for lack of better words. Danny Jennings, thanks for tuning in, brother. You guys that just tuned in, give me a quick Robert, Justin, Christopher Long, Joey Gates, Danny Jennings. Go ahead and throw a post up there. Let me know where you guys are at. Tyler might actually be getting ready to join me. He's in the barn right now. He's kind of having a rough day. I heard him give a big shout out. It was not a positive shout out here a minute ago. I think he's having problems with some garden hoses that I think one of them sprung a leak. Kind of humorous actually when he gets fired up. So anyway, he's I know the last couple of days he's been busting his chops. They've been trimming the beef cattle up, trying to get them nice and pretty. Central Florida. Yeah, I'm sure it's miserable down there, Joey. But getting ready for the fair, it's kind of a monumental thing. They've been working all year. Hey, Danny Paxton. Anyway, these kids are getting ready for fair season right now. And, you know, if you get an opportunity to stop by a county fair or something, you see one going on, man, stop in or whatever. And if any of y'all are passing through Central Ohio Friday through following Thursday, find yourself over at the big heart-shaped truck stop there off of Route 41. I think it's exit 52 or something like that. Stop in there, shoot me a message, and I can run over and pick you up. Y'all can hang out at the fair. They got a lot of stuff going on in the evenings. I know one night they've got a NTPA sanctioned tractor pull going on out there, as well as one night's a demolition derby. So it's always a good time at the fairs. There's live music every night. I'm not sure what night. It's country night. I believe it's probably Monday night or Tuesday night. Not real sure. I'll be hanging out at the tractor pull, watching the smoke rollers go ripping her down the track. That's kind of my favorite thing to do at the fair. Any y'all tuned in right now? Shoot me a message what your favorite things are to do at any kind of fairs you've been to, or a good memory. I know my memories when I was growing up, Was showing stock myself. Grew up on a beef and hog farm, so we kind of got pretty involved with all that kind of good stuff too. It was a lot of fun, a lot of work, and you know, that's where memories are made. Kind of like the truck shows that I know a lot of y'all have attended out there on the road. You know, that's where a lot of great memories are made. A lot of good times, make some new friends, get together with old friends, kind of getting involved with that kind of stuff. So, like I said, anybody who's passing through Central Ohio in the next week, starting Friday, give me a text message and I'll try to get back with you. Maybe swing over and pick you all up from the truck stop over there. Be a pretty good time. You can also probably park on the shoulder right out in front of one of the big food service places. Craig Daniels, his memory of the county fair was a greased pig race at Days of Deadwood. I'm guessing Deadwood, you're referring to Deadwood, South Dakota. It's only I can imagine. Robert Greene is in Kenly, North Carolina. It's hot, hot, hot. I was talking to a couple friends of mine today. One of them was out in Guyman, Oklahoma. It's 102 degrees. He had just loaded a load of hogs, headed to, I think, Tennessee or something like that. Another friend of mine had a picture he had posted, had a load of hogs on somewhere out west. I think he said it was 102. Traffic was at a dead stop for a multiple fatality accident. Joey Gates, the demo derby and tractor pulls. Here we go. Now we're talking about Craig Daniels. I don't know if you're real familiar with northeast Nebraska since you grew up in Deadwood, South Dakota. I'm actually originally from northeast Nebraska, the big whopping metropolis of Pender. It was southwest of Sioux City, southwest, and it was northwest Omaha. So I think I'm gonna have to move this party inside. Looks like it's starting to rain. Tyler's looking up, wondering what in the world is going on. Well, he's got a garden hose in his hand, a scrub brush. Here, let me get in the house here before I get all wet and mess up my phone. All right, dodge that bullet. I'll go down here to the man cave or something like that. But anyway, hopefully he'll be joining us here in a little bit. Well, look at this. My chair's on the other side of the room. Go figure. Sorry for the brief intermission there. While I got everybody tuned in. Sorry about that. I didn't see that thundercloud rolling in because I was on the west side of the house, or east side of the house, and didn't see the thunderheads rolling in. So, oh, there we go. Man, my favorite chair. One that lays back and it's not rolling. Let's see. Craig Daniels just said at the South Dakota State Fair they used to have combine demolition derbies and combine smashing together. I've seen one of those before on YouTube. Those look like a good time. Guys take those old beater combines and I mean they just demolish it. I think the one that I saw, they had a small grain table on it, had the reels spinning and everything like that. So haven't been to one of those myself, but I've seen it. So yeah, thanks a lot for the rain. It's been raining off and on, as well as we've had over 40 inches of rain out here in west central Ohio this year. So believe it or not, it is starting to get dry right now. The corn's starting to roll up. Beans were looking pretty peaked, so we could use another good shot of rain. It's not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Unless you got hay or straw on the ground, then it's a whole nother ballgame. Which, that's a topic. If Tyler is able to join us here in a little bit, we'll be talking about his hay and straw work that he's done the last couple of weeks too. In between getting cattle ready for the fair, he's been rather enterprising. I think he's baled hay and straw for about 4 different people here in the past week, spending 4 to 8 hours a day out there bucking bales. So you know, all of us that grew up in an agricultural community, I know you're having flashbacks, probably breaking out in hives and everything else, just from the thought of throwing hay. or straw. Heat of the day, the heat of the afternoon, 100% humidity, trying to beat the rain clouds, and all that kind of good stuff too. So, but anyway, my really don't have any favorite memories of county fairs other than just showing stock. It was always busting your hump, you know, but it was always a good chance to hang out with your buddies and everything. There's Brock Balla. Thanks for joining in tonight, sir. I'm sending rain over to your neighborhood right now again. This will be shot number 4 since about 4 o'clock today, so you might want to get your umbrella out and raincoat. Another shot or 2 of rain isn't going to hurt anything, I don't think, for the guys that did get their crops in. I think I saw a crop report that I think only about 30% of the beans in Ohio and Indiana got planted this year, or it's off by 30%, I'm not sure which. And only about half of the corn got put in. So, you know, thoughts and prayers for all the farmers, how they're going to make it. I know a lot of them are probably banking on the old, I forget what the term was, but they're going to be able to get some assistance from the government, which I'm not a big fan of government assistance, but sometimes it's needed, you know, especially for those that butter our bread and raise the wheat and the corn and everything else, so we can raise them good old tasty steaks that I make a living hauling, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, where's you guys are all pretty quiet tonight. I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments on here, so my tail's dragging. I left pretty early yesterday, gathered a bunch of stock, picked them all back up this morning after I put them in a layover barn, since I was doing the gooseneck thing. Not quite like running it in a big truck, but a lot of time gets eaten up in a day trying to get stuff gathered off of farms and working those deals. So I was pretty much whipped last night. By the time I got done, all back roads, 2-lane roads. I think I ran close to 400 miles of 2-lane roads yesterday. Good old rural America. It's the beauty of some of the things that we do. Not just myself, but all of you guys tuned in right now. I know Robert's seen a lot of good stuff. He was a temporary resident out there in California for a while. I think he was out there for about a month and a half. It seemed like every time I hear from him or see anything, he was in California or on his way back to California from Arizona or whatever. So hats off to all you people that deal with the Communist Commonwealth of California. But other than that, not a whole lot new shaking. Other than if you guys go to Chrome and Steel Radio, we've got the new T-shirts are on the website. You can order them there. The Chrome and Steel official T-shirt with the Chrome and Steel logo. I think they're on black T-shirts, but I got to push my own. Dave came up with a pretty cool T-shirt for. It's not even. It doesn't say Bullhaulin BS, but it's the official T-shirt of Bullhaulin. The official T-shirt of Bullhaulin BS. It's actually hashtag Haulpaca, HAULPACA, and it says Novak Cattle Company or something like that on the bottom of the T-shirt. And it's got a head of an alpaca on it. So, you know, I'm probably going to go up. Those of you that are aware of the story with the good old alpaca deal, we can thank Mr. Bill Weaver for starting that good old story. But I talked to the actual guy that owns the alpaca that started the whole alpaca hauling joke, story, legend, whatever y'all want to call it. So someday we're going to go up. Maybe Jerry will ride the alpaca or something, or see if he can get the old girl to kick or spit at him. I'm sure some of you would probably enjoy seeing that one, Jerry and the world famous Haulpaca. So you can get those at Chrome and Steel. I'm not sure how much the shirts are. David just shot me a message about it the other day. So anyway, you get a chance, go down there and order one of those. It's all about having a good time, you know. That's what we do. That's what we try to do here. Is here at Chrome and Steel, especially Bullhaulin Bullshit channel here. It's really what we're about. Once in a while, it's a whole lot more humorous when my co-host, my sidekick Tyler, is with me, but he's probably not going to make it. I saw soap on the cattle and the garden hose out, so he's probably not going to be in the best of spirits. Maybe I'll try to go down there and catch a video of him here a little bit if it quits raining, because I don't feel like melting today. I done sweated through everything a couple of times. I'm done with it. Oh, thanks a lot, Joey. Yeah, it's a collection of limited, well, kind of the, I wouldn't say limited edition tractors. It's a lot of the old classic John Deeres and what have you. Kind of some of my past. They were all kind of limited runs. And down below is my collection of Earnhardt cars, all the way back to the old number 3 Ford Thunderbird, the yellow and blue Thunderbird, as well as Chevrolet that he ran. Kind of started doing that. I picked up a couple of Dale Jr. ones. I was a big Dale Earnhardt fan. Those of you that used to be NASCAR fans like myself, and Dale was the man. Him and back in the day, him and Rusty Wallace, when those two used to get into it. A little DW mixed in there with the middle of it, you know. Back in the good old days of racing, kind of like the good old days of trucking and everything else, I guess. So, that's right, Robert. She's a kicker and a spitter. That's exactly right. Actually, I did talk to the guy that owns my little buddy, little alpaca, and he actually shaved her, or sheared her, whatever you want to call it. And she was kind of a dirty gray. It looked like kind of sun bleached out. Now she's a beautiful color of blue. So we probably need to go up there and try to get some, have a good time with that one. Maybe what we need to do is get Bill Weaver in town with me, and we'll go up to the alpaca ranch, and Bill can tell the story with me and the alpaca there. Might make it kind of humorous. That might make it a lot more fun. I'm actually looking forward to hauling alpacas to the Ohio State Fair. I think we've got about 120 of them we're going to pack on a big truck, so good luck finding that many in one spot. Anyway, it was there. I had to tee that off. So, well, anyway, since my sidekick's not here, I can't pick on him tonight. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Like I said, a big invitation to any of y'all that are passing through Springfield, Ohio, between Friday of this week, the 19th, through the 25th. I'll be out there just across the road from the truck stop, over there at exit 52, Route 41. Shoot me a text. I'll gladly come over and get you. You come out and hang out at the fair. You know, it's always a good time. Make a few friends and everything else. So feel free to shoot me a message through Messenger or something like that, and we'll try to get together and eat some of that nasty fair food. But the Clark County Fair is known for one thing, and it's their barbecued pork chops. Some of the best pork chops I've ever had. You got your typical fair food out there on the midway, but then you go back around where the cattle barns are at, where the people, the cattle and hogs and sheep and goats and all that kind of good stuff. That's where the good food is. That's where the good vendors, they pay a premium to get back in there. And you got, man, there's one person last year, they had a tri-tip platter. Oh man, you talk about good. Prime rib tri-tips or whatever that stuff is called. Just phenomenal. Eat it with a plastic fork. It's my kind of eating right there. They got all that good old good food vendor stuff, food trucks and what have you, not just the junk foods on the midway that's all fried. So anyway, and Robert Green, we will get Bill to at least lead the Haulpaca, the world famous Haulpaca. So anyway, y'all have a good evening. I'm going to drop off of here and maybe get a little shut eye. I've got a big rest of the week. So Robert, if you're in town, give me a call this weekend. We'll bring the family out and everything. Maybe we'll hang out at the Clark County Fair and see what kind of trouble we can get into. But anyway, y'all have a good night. God bless, and thanks for tuning in. We'll I'm not sure next week if there's going to be an episode or not. Kind of stay tuned for well, there it is. Speak of the devil, Bill Weaver, you have been nominated. Next time you're passing through, I have found the world famous alpaca. She is alive and well, and the challenge is for you to at a minimum lead the Haulpaca. Oh, okay, Bill's on a gas conference call, but anyway, Bill, there's a challenge that's been thrown out by one Robert Green for you to ride the alpaca, lead the alpaca, or anything you can think of with the alpaca that's not going to cause bodily harm to the alpaca. You're on your own. But anyway, y'all have a good night, and take care. We'll see you next week. Be ready for some pop-up stuff there, some flash deals, some flash mob video from the Clark County Fair, probably while Tyler's in the show ring there. He's been working for a year on these projects. So we'll see y'all later, and have a good evening.